So this article is giving us some tea on the COVID wastewater situation, and the tea is kind of hot. So this is interesting, one, because Vermont's COVID wastewater levels are quote-unquote astronomical right now. This is what I'm referring to. Christina sent me this, and it's an Iowa COVID-19 tracker. But jumping back to the article, the NWSS, the National Wastewater Surveillance System, was the original source of Vermont's Health Department's wastewater data, where Vermont is now partnering with WastewaterSCAN, where they're now only running 3 sites as opposed to about 14 sites, so it's a drop of 11 sites. And of note, those 14 sites were originally being reported to Biobot. Now, apparently, from what this article tells us, WastewaterSCAN has partnered with Alphabet's Verily. So I thought Verily was just using WastewaterSCAN's data to show proof of concept, but apparently there's a partnership here. Because I was wondering about how Verily, which is only doing data processing, is going to be holding up the Biobot side where they were actually doing the wastewater testing, and it looks like WastewaterSCAN is going to be doing the testing and analysis. So Verily is essentially subcontracting to WastewaterSCAN, which is a new development. That was not something I had heard before. But the unfortunate thing is that WastewaterSCAN is only looking at large counties, focused on cities with a population of 10,000 or more, where there's a bias towards larger sewer sheds because you're going to get more data. In addition to WastewaterSCAN saying that the rural sites often don't have enough staffing to be able to do the sample collection. But my question then comes, how come Biobot was able to do this? Biobot was able to handle those 11 other smaller rural wastewater sites and facilities just fine. And not only this, but Verily is paying at least South Burlington $15,000 a year to be the one that's doing the sample collection as opposed to Biobot. So they're doing a little underhanded tactics there. Because obviously they go, why should we spend money when Verily will pay us to do this? Because South Burlington is still sending data to Biobot, but they plan to stop doing it when it stops being free. So I'm calling this out. This is an underhanded tactic. In this contract dispute, Verily is essentially buying out and poaching these other wastewater sites that they're interested in, not the smaller ones, but the big ones, to be able to take them away from Biobot. But again, of note, they're only looking at the big ones, which eliminates all of the smaller area ones. And again, just in Vermont, that's a drop of about 11 wastewater sites that we previously had reporting, so it's a loss of data. It's showing that this switch from Biobot to Verily, and subsequently now WastewaterSCAN as well, is going to result in a loss of data, because Verily isn't set up to do what Biobot was doing. WastewaterSCAN set up to do that, but they didn't get the contract. Verily did. And WastewaterSCAN is still at a lower level than what Biobot is at. So this just shows me more information about what's going on. But this is sort of the current state of affairs. Still no news from the CDC, but this was our little tea on the situation.